So, to recap, we're at the FBC, Federal Bureau of Control, at their headquarters, the oldest house.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Alright, is that all your dialogue? Not sure what the point of this radio is, but we'll leave it on. Now, last time, I got my ass kicked down here pretty bad. So we're gonna try and do a little better this time. Shit.
Hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything.
So I'm guessing she hears voices.
Place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. Hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
So everything goes back to normal.
Holy shit. You did it. We did it.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane? Please, talk to me. We saw you deal with the compromised agents. Is it safe to come out?
Where are you talking from? So I got energy recovery or energy boost. Conceptual material. House memory, hidden trend. And I don't have clearance for them.
Remind.
So we can go this way as well. Or not. So where's the safe room? Oh, there it is. Duh.
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah.
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and You probably have a
Me
million
too.
more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
So it looks like I can't bring my gun out. Probably don't want me just shooting these people. Control points are located at the Bureau are identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in the redacted. Excuse me. Arrangement. What's going on here? Alright, there we go. The surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by redacted detection of the unrestricted ping using the redacted. Within a 37-foot radius, numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctions or redacted, or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be redacted. Okay. Well,
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
yeah, I see ya. See if there's any collectibles. What are you
I
saying?
can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it. Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing.
Of course he is.
I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the Hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions.
The only person you should fail is yourself, Zachariah Trench.
The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs. The hotline should be in the communications department.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
Fair.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't. which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got
Straight
it.
from a textbook.
Thanks.
Yeah, what's that toaster on your
HRA
chest?
stop you from becoming Hiss.
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Alright, that seems to be it for now.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
So are these the previous directors? Alright, so they got that open. And that's leading to the communications department and that phone. That's probably still closed. What's in here? An old jukebox? Guessing this is a object of power. They're not giving me any lore on it. Why not? Well, enough screwing around. Let's get on with it.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
can't use these materials yet. There's a hiss. Visited the following Nevada accommodations. Accommodations $800, meals $700? Really? How long were you over there? Gasoline $300, minibar, of course. I do wonder if a motel called Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state, but hey, I guess I'm not paid enough to think. And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Rowley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. P.S. The boys in research said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. Sounds like a valid excuse to me. Nothing else of note in here. Don't see anyone down there. Can't open that door. Due to recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, this area's stability has downgraded to yellow. Reference chart. Green is stable. Yellow is low possibility of unanticipated building shifts. Orange is high likelihood of anticipated building shifts. Red, frequent unanticipated. Okay. Hiss barrier. The Hiss resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appear as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. Two methods have been discovered by lowering them. 1. Destroying multiple concentration resonance sources found in the vicinity. 2. Destroying Hiss entities in the area. Resonance fields seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected sources of Hiss resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Does an inactive structure make Hiss resonance qualify as a conscious being? Does the distinction make any difference when considering the Hiss? Does this very act of building walls to prevent our movement tell us about the Hiss? To what degree is it watching and planning? Refer to file redacted for full report. Health boost 18. This one's 20. Oh, that's recovery though. So I can't go through there yet. Can I snipe these guys out before I have to go in? Dead letters. That seemed a little too easy. Helps if you can shoot the target. Oh, we're all the way back here.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Machine God. I had a dream that I built the thing I saw in my dream. A machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the one anyone knows. A new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and the coils from my toaster, and the fans plus the timing belt from my car's engine, and the wheels from my son's skateboard. God couldn't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. This is just a beginner's body, like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone doesn't work anymore. I had to use the dialing plate on God. Alright. What's this loadout? Occlusive to shatter. So can I not use this? I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail may provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search any connections or related topics found among the letters. Aside from more functional purpose, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the paranatural world. These letters come to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau has this the perfect home for them. I realize that not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile the system to allow us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. Thank you again. I can't wait to delve into my dead letters. P. Bartwell. Okay. Mr. Governor, I called the police, but they never came to my house. I got a problem, and you got to send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of them singing fish on the wall. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got a devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs. Lots of cuss words. The devil got in my house 'cause of fish, and you gotta come handle it. My wife was real upset. Can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. So dead letters, undeliverable mail from the post, is how they find some of their AWEs, or altered world events. Alright, let's fix this place. That is really cool. And I can either fast travel. Perfect. That makes life a little easier.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Alright, let's see what other information we can find, though. I think that's it.
object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Do we have to? Okay. Now do I do? Do I just run up to it and cleanse it? So they don't blow up. Can't shoot it, so I guess I just gotta run into it. Oh shit. Alright, let's go.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed.
The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in Bureau Seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings?
I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
That's cool. So by interacting with different objects of power, I can gain different abilities. much telekinesis.
There you are. You were gone.
Okay.
Cut off. I got it. Just like you were.
Yeah, wait a second, I'm coming down to fuck you guys up. Alright, let's get on with the day. Come on, poke your head out. Boost accuracy. I'll keep the damage when I'm low on health. Book club. So I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The title Unless You could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess. But I think it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around almost like a catchphrase got real annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the Fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech and their motives made the most sense to me. Honestly, I had to choose between some hotty-toddy flowers and guns space hippies, or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like a cheap sushi on a Sunday. I know who I'm gonna pick. The scene where they invade the city planet and convert the entire population using those brainworms had a big space dogfight between those two ace pilots. Sign me the fuck up. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed. Not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. His death didn't feel necessary at all. Must be contained in a cell with no other loose material. The object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to kinetically lift materials and throw it a short distance. The object is currently bound to, redacted for research purposes. Stolen from a Soviet military base located in redacted by agents redacted and redacted within the CIA. The diskette contains launch codes to redacted missiles believed to be reserved for use against redacted. After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware at members of the decoding team. An informant in the CIA tipped the Bureau off and was requisitioned by agents the next day. The Bureau only allows certain highly individuals to handle volatile materials and weaponry. Our demolition experts are instructed to use the explosives in dimensions within distinct physical laws, making them important assets for engineering work as well as combat situations. Hiss demolition experts are the only observed Hiss variations to wield a specifically built rocket-propelled grenade that is designed to identify and track redacted entities once fired, making them a threat whose termination should be prioritized in combat scenarios. Definitely, those things are brutal. The Hiss Ranger. Prior to corruption, Rangers are trained in a variety of weapons in order to face a threat found during AWE response or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, assault rifles, and automatic shotguns. Yeah, those guys, they can give a hit. Now to the mailroom. But if that's the proper way to go, what's upstairs? No peeking. And I could just rip chunks off of walls? Yeah, all these doors are glued shut, eh? Alright, let's head to the mail room.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
National news sites have begun publishing story of the polar bear attack on Alaska town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by a migrating bear, desperate for food because their ecosystem is ruined by global warming, was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public much less likely to redacted. So another AWE behind us, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring redacted, redacted, and redacted for any off-message opinions, but it looks like we're in the clear. Energy boost plus 5%. Doesn't seem to be anything in. Oh, there it is. Spoke too soon. But I think we'll leave it there for right now. And we'll continue on to the mailroom in the next episode.